is the best electric car in the world. This is the fastest electric car in the world. This is the Lucid Air. This is the Grand Touring variant, which means this is not the fastest electric car in the world, because the fastest electric car in the world is the Lucid Air Sapphire, which has a very limited production run. The Grand Touring is the top variant, which is in regular series production. This is the key of the vehicle. It says Lucid on top of it, and the key has a few functions, but I don't like the key because the buttons are a bit hard to press. Straight away, let's look at the design of this car because it looks very nice indeed. For starters, when you unlock the car at night, it does this light show animation both when you lock and unlock the vehicle. It also glows the Lucid logo nicely, which is amazing. This car is full of technologies. In fact, it has got 13 cameras. It has got a radar right here, 2 radars at the rear, a LiDAR sensor. There's a camera here. Says Lucid, which obviously illuminates at night. In fact, it has got 6 of these. So this is obviously for the low beam. This one is for the high beam, and as it goes from this side to the inside, the size of the lights, they actually start to become bigger and bigger and has the continuous light treatment. Take that, Hyundai Verna. The indicator has been placed here. In fact, this is an active aero vent. There's an active aero vent here as well, which pushes air through here to make the car better in terms of downforce. In fact, this is the slipperiest car in the world in terms of aerodynamic efficiency. The CD value is 0.197, which is the lowest of any production car right now. Some cars from China, like from Huawei and Xiaomi, have a better CD value, but obviously you can't believe the Chinese. This car looks very good. This black color is sort of not really working right now because the sun is super duper bright. Now what I'm going to show you is the key of the vehicle. It actually says Lucid on it, and if I press it once and keep it pressed, the frunk will open. There it opens. Isn't that super cool? It says air here. In fact, washer fluid goes in right here, and this thing is around 283 liters in terms of capacity, so you get a very usable frunk. You put this up and there is even more storage space. There's a light here, and if I press this button, let me just show that to you. I press this button and there it shuts. Wasn't that super duper smooth? Impressive, huh? There are 3 cameras here on the top. There's a rain sensor obviously for the wipers, and when you come to the side, you realize that this is actually a very long car. This is almost 5 meters in terms of length. The wheelbase is almost 3 meters. 2960 mm is the wheelbase of the vehicle, and it's running on massive tires. These are 21-inch wheels, which are obviously optional. Tire size, it is a 245/35/21, which is crazy big. In fact, it says Lucid here. Now, the alloy wheel design might not look nice because it obviously has these aero optimized wheels. These wheel caps can be removed. Yes, you can remove these wheel caps, but if you remove them, the range will obviously drop. 15 inch is the size of the front disc. Yeah, that is absolutely crazy there. Pirelli P0 tires, 6 ultrasonic sensors at the front for self-park, full of technologies and camera. In fact, there's a camera here. There's a camera here as well. There's another camera here. So 3 cameras on either side, 3 cameras there, 1 camera right there. So 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9, 10 cameras here itself. Isn't that crazy, the amount of cameras this car has? The rear tire size is obviously bigger here because that's how they do it now. More power goes to the rear motor. 265/35/21 is the size of the rear tires. Yeah, this can be removed like I was telling you, and that will obviously affect the range of the vehicle. In fact, this is the most energy efficient vehicle in the world, the low variant obviously. Now if you opt for the glass roof, the variant name is written somewhere here. It says air right here. Door handles pop in and out. In fact, this also illuminates at night. And straight away, let me get to the rear because it's very impressive in terms of space. It says Lucid right here. The interior color theme has been inspired from Mojave, California. Door pockets are big enough here. And space is also very impressive. The problem is the underthigh support is very poor. Look at the underthigh support. Isn't that horrendous to say the least? So yeah, the problem is that the battery is placed here. For lower variants which have a smaller battery pack, what they have done is they have used a very different type of module system here, where the cells have been placed on top. So for lower variants, they actually removed the cells from here, which means better legroom, better footroom, and then better underthigh support as well. AC vent placement here, height adjustable seat belts, and you get some storage space here with 2 USB-C charging sockets neatly integrated. And the cabin is quite wide, floor is flat, which means 3 people can sit here comfortably. Center passenger gets a head. You obviously get a center armrest with 2 cup holders and some storage space here. Yeah, there is some storage space here as well. In fact, you can open this too to access the boot if you want to carry longer items. That's also possible. Headroom is actually good enough. This is the microphone. This is having this nice roof with sort of a Alcantara finish. Otherwise, when you get the glass roof, it is obviously better in terms of the interior ambience, and the dashboard looks fantastic. The quality of the car is just amazing. This is the Bear, which is actually the Lucid mascot, and I like the fact that the seats are beautifully done with this double stitching aircraft style storage space here. Quality is just amazing, which is surprising. And obviously you get, why is this not rolling up? Okay, the car is turned off. No. So there is a rear sun blind as well. Everything is obviously electric because this is an electric car at the end of the day. Speaker placement here, the way the door handles function, that's also quite unique right here. So a lot of stuff to like without a doubt. And there's a sun blind here as well. Obviously it gets ISOFIX child seat mounts with top teether mounts in the back. Let's get out, because first and foremost, I see this beautifully done handle to hold on to. Light is very easy to operate. You just touch it and it operates, but it doesn't operate in front of the camera. I think the door is open now. By the way, the doors also open super wide. Yeah, 90-degree opening doors. Take that, Tata Ultros. Absolutely crazy opening doors. There is this reflector treatment here, and obviously it has got soft close door function. There it pulls it in to shut it as well. Lot of speakers you can see, because it has got 21 speakers. High mounted stop lamp. Again, at the rear it has the same effect at night, so the lights will turn on with a beautiful effect. They will also turn off with a beautiful effect. This is the rear fog light, and you have got 6 parking sensors at the rear. 2 cameras here. I don't even understand the logic of having 2 cameras, but it has got 2 cameras. Air Grand Touring, which is the name of the variant. Dynamic swipe indicators here. Lucid written here in chrome, obviously. But the boot, well, that is absolutely crazy, because this car's boot extends all the way. Now, in order to open the boot, I can press a button here. So I just have to press it twice, keep it pressed, and there opens the boot. And notice how it opens. So it's kind of very wide here. And obviously it has got a power function too. Let me keep this suitcase outside, because there's storage space below here as well, wherein you get the V2V charging adapter, which means this car can power other cars as well. But the thing is, it charges at a very alarmingly fast rate of 9.6 kilowatt, which is quite crazy and amazing. The boot is actually big enough, yeah, because this is 627 liters. At the front it is 283 liters. So that's big. That's what she said. And it says Lucid here. The attention to detail is crazy. This is the charging cable. Proper placement for the charging cable as well. Let me show this to you. So it comes with a 19.2 kilowatt AC charger, which is decently quick. It will charge this car quite fast, which we'll talk about when we're driving, obviously, about the charge times. And there it slots properly into place. So they have really thought a lot about stuff. And here you get a power outlet, 12 volt, and there is the towing hook, just in case you run out of battery power. Below here, one more thing I wanted to show you. There's actually space here as well. So the chassis is here, so they're still given a space below, which is quite amazing. The level of space utilization in this car will definitely blow your mind. I can pull this to recline the rear seats, because they recline in 60/40 format. So yeah, space is the name of the game, along with practicality too. There's actually a camera here too. How many cameras? Lucid is like, yes, we will give you as many cameras as you want in this car. And the charging port is placed here. So I just have to swipe it like this, and there it opens. I maybe have to push it up, and oh yeah, there it is opening. So charging happens from here. The light obviously blinks when charging is happening, and charging is free for the first 3 years if you go to any electrified America charging outlets. How do I shut this? I just have to push this up. Yeah, there it shuts. Very smooth, amazing. Yeah, this guy is super impressive in the way all the technology has been done in this vehicle. Now it has another key, which is the NFC key, which all you have to do is just tap it. Yeah, you just have to tap this key here to unlock the car, and it will automatically get unlocked as well. I was wondering, why are there no switches for the outside rear view mirror adjustment? Because again, ex-Tesla person has started this company, which means everything is in the touchscreen, too reliant on the touchscreen. Beautiful quality of materials. Door pockets are also big enough at the front. It says Lucid here, along with some coordinates. These coordinates are actually for the place wherein the color scheme has been inspired from during sunrise. Tire pressure recommendation, and you get a proper dead pedal as well. You get sustainable materials. You can opt for 4 color interior trims. You can also opt for different colors for the front as well as the rear. This camera, I don't even understand what it does, but it's there. This is very much like a Porsche car. Seats are beautiful and very comfortable. It says Lucid here. This seat is adjustable in 20 ways, and obviously you can extend the under thigh support as well, so that even tall passengers are very comfortable in this car. Let's get inside. I'm just disappointed that pressing the brake does not shut the door of the car. So yeah, I have to do it manually here. For starters, let's turn off the hazard. Light placement here on the top. Let's shut the lights as well. Here you get a mirror along with a light, and this is very premium. Look at that, very nicely done. Airbag information, same is the case here as well. But yes, this thing extends, which means you can try and block the sun as much as you want. Tweeter placement here, tweeter placement there as well. The glove box does not open only. How do you open it? You press a button here and there opens the glove box, which is beautifully lined, but it's not very big as such. It says Lucid here. The dashboard is amazing in terms of quality. The steering has this 2-spoke treatment. This is obviously for the cruise control, adaptive cruise control. This one is actually for the volume controller and for the audio system, so voice commands going ahead or behind a track. This is for volume control. It says Lucid here. The horn is actually nice, has this flat bottom treatment as well. These are the controls for the wipers. This is for the gas selector, very Mercedes like, and there are 3 screens here, 1, 2 and 3. So this actually happens to be a 34-inch 5K display, which is just amazing. This is obviously for the light control, wiper control, automatic wipers, automatic lights, defogger control, unlock the car, open the front, opening the charging port. So that is what all this is about. Otherwise, you have some physical buttons usually here, but they have put everything in the touchscreen right there. Now, this is another screen which obviously tells you the speedometer and obviously tells you the drive mode as well. So this cannot be changed. So that's kind of unfortunate that it cannot be configured. And this is another screen. So Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are obviously wireless here. The problem is now, on this edge, because it's curved, you can't see anything from Apple CarPlay, Android Auto in terms of Google Maps. So it's kind of disappointing they're not able to use the full real estate. It's very easy to browse. It has got inbuilt navigation, and the best thing here is that you can push stuff from here to the below screen. So if I take this from here and set it down, it comes here, so you can move things around between both the screens. This is a 12.5-inch screen. It's again beautiful in terms of quality, easy to use, plenty of stuff here, but it's very simple. First, you get into the opening, so you can open the front from here, you can open the rear blind from here. There it is retracting right now. In fact, there is a microphone here. So I like the symbol of the microphone. It is quite funky and different. Yeah, I kind of like that for sure. And then you can operate almost everything from here, which makes stuff super duper easy. So here I can open the glove box, I can adjust the steering wheel position from here, which is a bit weird. Why do I have to do it in the screen? Okay, fine. Steering wheel is still okay. But what about the mirrors? Why do I have to adjust the mirrors from the screen? It makes no sense at all that you're adjusting it from the screen. How difficult is it to have some buttons on the door pads here, just complicating things for no reason at all. These are the 3 drive modes: smooth, swift, Baleno and sprint obviously. You can open the boot and everything from here. I can get into the seat functions to adjust the seat in a multitude of ways. And then there is obviously massage function. There are multiple massage modes. In fact, I'm just going to turn on the massage right now and start massage. It is very aggressive. You can feel the vibrations. That is really crazy in terms of massage, because it feels super effective in this car. Otherwise, usually it's not very effective. This is for the ambient light, and ambient lighting comes somewhere there. It's not very bright as such, and then you can decide the multiple themes. So when I'm changing the themes right here, it changes on all the 3 screens. If you notice right now, so there are just 6 particular themes in this car, and then you can get into the charging menu as well. This is for the air conditioning, seat heating, seat ventilation, steering heating is also given right here, and this is very much like a Volvo, the whole screen of making multiple changes. So all the settings can be changed from here. This is the 360-degree parking camera. The door is open right now. Your soft close doesn't work all the time, and again, this is beautiful. The camera, you can just turn it around the way you want to see a beautiful view of whatever you're trying to see. Yeah, you can zoom it in, you can zoom it out. It could be better. It's not very responsive like say a Tesla, but the screen has heated up a bit because of the heat. There's self-park function too. Physical controls for the air conditioning, thankfully, which is a good thing, and this is for the volume controller. But then you are like, what about storage space? There is storage space below here. Now this is proper wood, but it folds beautifully well. What they have done is they have used soft material below and somehow managed to make sure that this folds, so it rolls and goes inside this, which is amazing. Twin cup holders here, wireless charging pad, and some storage space along with USB-C and USB-A charging ports too. Here you get some storage. Okay, khul ja. There's storage space here as well. There's a tray below which again there is some amount of storage space, which is amazing. And then you are like, we want more storage space. No problem, just press this button and this screen actually retracts. There it goes inside and it shuts. which means there's more storage space here, crazy amount of storage space. Let me press this button and there it opens. In fact, you have to notice one thing, okay? See the effect with which it shuts. Yeah, it just doesn't shut normally. It has this effect. So when I'm opening the screen, just notice how it comes out. Awesome. The quality and all is just mind-blowing here. Super duper amazing. This is very much like a Porsche. The latest generation Porsches like the Macan and all have a very similar sort of a screen. They have not gone for a screen overload. Otherwise, they would have a screen here as well. That's something they have not done here. Audio quality is amazing from the 21 speaker system. And then obviously when you give an indicator, it actually shows you here in the screen, for which I have to actually come into the drive mode. So there is the blind view monitor as well, which works phenomenally well. So all the systems in this car are just amazingly done, and the quality is just mind-blowing for something which is Lucid's very first car. But how is it to drive? Because it's electric at the end of the day, so it's going to be boring, right? Probably. Let's start driving right away. All right, it's time to start driving. Some information actually comes there. The horn is actually okay, and there isn't much inside this car in terms of the instrument cluster, but it depends on the driving situation where it keeps altering stuff, and straight away off we go ahead. And it's so smooth, it's so refined, it's unbelievably smooth and refined, and it gives me the blind view monitor here, which is just amazing. Quickly, I'm actually going to come into the drive mode, come into the sprint drive mode. Here we are, left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and off we go. Launch mode active. Oh my goodness, it's so freaking fast. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, the bear comes there. So there's this obsession with the bear, but they have done it very nicely. In fact, this car stays true to what it is by not having any fake sounds whatsoever. So there is no fake sounds under heavy acceleration. It is just true to being what it is, which is absolutely smooth, refined like all other electric cars, but not making unnecessary fake sounds to pretend to be something which it is not. It has a 118 kilowatt hour battery pack, so net you get 111 kilowatt hour. There are 22 battery modules, and that has been done very smartly so that they can actually remove the battery modules for smaller battery packs. So I think the base variant has 84 kilowatt hour battery pack, which is the Pure. So there are 4 variants. There's the Pure, there's the Touring, there's the Grand Touring, and there is obviously the Sapphire, which has 1289 horsepower and almost 2000 Newton meters of torque, 1938 Newton meters of torque, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 2 seconds. 0 to 60 miles per hour comes up in approximately 1.89 seconds, which is blisteringly quick. This car has 819 horsepower, so there are 2 motors, dual motor all-wheel drive. The Sapphire has 3 motors, so tri-motor, because 2 motors at the rear axle, which makes it absolutely bonkers in terms of performance. But the way this car accelerates is unbelievable. So there are 3 drive modes. There is a smooth drive mode wherein power is channeled mostly to the rear wheels and the throttle has been softened up a bit. Then there's the swift drive mode, which is more performance, more power, more torque, and the steering also weighs up slightly better. And then there is sprint, which is obviously, as the name suggests, for high speed and extreme performance as well. The top speed of this car is 270 kilometers per hour. The Sapphire does 330 kilometers per hour, which is absolutely insane for an electric car to go that fast. And even though the highest battery pack, the top variant, weighs 2400 kgs, it doesn't feel its weight somehow. So 2100 kgs is the weight of the base Pure. The problem is the car runs away from you around the corners because it is so freaking fast. The brakes are good, regen obviously works really nicely here, but the performance is mind-boggling to say the least because it accelerates with so much enthusiasm. Tires offer plenty of grip, but the problem with these 21-inch wheels is simple. There's a lot of road and tire noise which comes inside, so you're better off opting for the 19-inch wheels, because then ride quality will definitely be better. The tire noise is the other thing which you hear. The motor whine you can hear on the inside, and that's about it. It is that silent, no fake sound, and then ADAS obviously kicks in there. In fact, I'm going to use an indicator right away to show you how beautifully well they have done this camera. Oh my god, it's so nicely done. Just amazing. No fancy stuff, unnecessary multiple views for the screen, no fake sounds, and just pure performance, ease of use, idiot-proofed everything, and that's what makes this Lucid such an easy car in almost every sense. The brakes are super duper strong here. Obviously big fat brakes, big fat discs, 15-inch at the front, 14.8-inch at the rear. So yeah, braking performance is phenomenal. Lot of electronics as well. Torque vectoring is obviously there, so it applies brakes to the inside wheels when you're cornering hard. So all those systems are obviously there in this car, and the steering is quite fluid. I'm quite surprised how good the steering is. It weighs up and car feels amazing to drive, and it is actually a shock that some brand like Lucid who's making their very first car. They've done such a phenomenal job in terms of the way this car drives. I am beyond impressed by how good this is. Tesla doesn't even come close. Yes, the Model S competes with the Sapphire, but even though the Tesla is lighter, the Model S is just not able to compete with the Sapphire, the Air Sapphire, because the Air Sapphire is just faster. So 1200 Newton meters of torque here. Power distribution 30% to the front axle and 70% to the rear axle, and it will also let you do playful stuff like drift and all those things. It will oversteer if you obviously turn off the stability control system, and a lot of control systems in this car. So what exactly is this Lucid company all about? In 2007, an ex-Tesla employee whose name is Say, T-S-E, not S-A-Y, he started a company called Ativa to make powertrains and batteries for electric cars. In 2016, when the Volkswagen Dieselgate happened, he realized that there's going to be a big scope for cars as well. Then that's when he decided it's time to make your own car. And then Lucid was born around that time. And then 2017, they set up a factory. Okay, automatic vehicle hold fault, it's saying. I don't know how that has happened. But anyways, 2017, they set up the factory. And 2021, the first car came out, which is this one, the Lucid Air. And then in 2023, and I think they announced their second vehicle, which is the Gravity SUV. The USP of this car is the aerodynamics. 0.197 is the CD, coefficient of drag, which is extremely low, making it the most aerodynamic car in the world. Production vehicle, obviously, because there is a Xiaomi vehicle, there is, I think, a Huawei vehicle, which is even more slipperier, but those are obviously not in production, so Chinese can do anything. Now this car, obviously, because of being super efficient in terms of the aero bits, is able to easily return the best efficiency as well. In fact, the base pure has half the horsepower of this one, but has an amazing efficiency in terms of per kilowatt, which makes it mind-blowing. This one obviously is not as efficient because obviously dual motor setup now, so that's adding a lot more weight. And I think we're just going to park here. No, we are just going to take a U-turn. So that Mazda Miata is the lead car. I'm just going to be following it. There is no rear wheel steering, there is no air suspension, so things have been done, kept very simple. Let's get into reverse. Interesting part about reverse, it tells you exactly how behind another car is in terms of numbers. So like I was telling you about keeping it simple, there is no rear wheel steering, there is no air suspension. It has got adaptive dampers, and the damping obviously adjusts according to the drive mode you are in. And as I see it, this Lucid Air is one of the best electric cars in the world. Not one of the best, the best. Which makes me wonder, why are brands like Mercedes and all not able to make... Okay, let's use the wipers. Yeah, there, the spray is coming. So why are companies like Mercedes, BMW and all not able to make such great electric cars like Lucid? Because Lucid is an absolute new player. We know that Mercedes uses 400 volt architecture. Then certain Audi and Porsche cars are actually using an 800 volt architecture. But this car is using a 900 volt architecture. And that's the reason it can charge extremely fast. How fast? Forget fast. Look at the speed. Look at the way it absolutely gathers space. So this car can charge from 10 to 80% in 33 minutes using a 300 kilowatt DC fast charger, and that is the maximum it can do in terms of the speed. Otherwise, with the 19.2 kilowatt AC charger which comes with the car, 6 hours is what it takes to charge this vehicle. And things have been kept very simple. Technology works beautifully well. No, you cannot summon the car ahead and call it ahead. No, none of that Tesla stuff is there. Electric closing doors. No, none of it. Plain, simple, functional car, which is quite attractively priced for the base pure variant. But this variant which I'm driving is almost 1.1 crores, and the Sapphire is 2.5 crores almost. Yeah, the Sapphire is extremely expensive, but very limited as well, and the kind of power it pushes out, well, who doesn't want a Sapphire? This will return 785 kilometers of range, which is mind-blowing to say the least. That is absolutely unbelievable range, and that is achievable purely because of the aero efficiency of this car. And the way the battery has been done, it's a dense battery. One cell is able to offer more performance and all those things. So very smartly done, because that's their expertise. But the problem with this company is they're not really serious. They have a production capacity of 35,000 units a year. They're not even using that production capacity to full effect because the cars come across as pricey. Yes, the Lucid Air is an expensive car. It's a luxury car, and trust me, the luxury is absolutely mind-blowing here. It's a very impressive car in that sense. Like, I just cannot complain about anything because I feel this car feels amazingly well. The way it performs, everything is just mind-blowing. I'm just going through this for reasons best known to me. Yeah, it's a bit cumbersome to operate so many things in the touch screen while driving. So yeah, that could be something which can be better for sure. But yeah, 35,000 units is the production capacity per year. To put it into perspective, Tesla has a production capacity of 23.5 lakhs, which is 80 times than Lucid. So for Lucid to reach Tesla's level, it's going to take a lot of time. They're playing in the niche segment right now. They really don't care about cars as such. They're just doing it for fun, I think, because the main thing is about the battery technology, and that's the reason why Lucid was listed in the stock exchange much before they even launched their car. When and how does such things happen? Yes, they do. So as I see it, this is an absolute phenomenal car. It is a car which stays true to itself of being an electric car, not trying to be an internal combustion engine car by having unnecessary sounds coming out from places, not unnecessary being something which it is not. It's an electric car. It behaves like an electric car. It drives like an electric car. But as far as electric cars go, it is absolutely phenomenal. Handling is amazing. You don't feel the weight. Steering is nice and fluid. Ride quality is not that great on these rims, which are big fat rims. Otherwise, the ride is also decent. High-speed stability is nice. And the range is also good enough because you can get almost 600 kilometers of range, which is mind-blowing to say the least. I really like the Lucid Air. I never thought this car would be so good, but it's the base pure variant, which is just rear-wheel drive, the one to buy, because it gets the job done. All this performance, where will you use it? You cannot. If a Toyota is driving in front of you, there is no chance in hell that you will be able to use any of this power. So as I see it, the base pure is still the best bet because price is around rupees 75 lakhs. The base variant is around 75 lakh rupees. And then most of the stuff can be opted for as optional kit, obviously. So it depends on what all features you want. You just pay for it and get it. But there is no point opting for so much performance because this performance is definitely not usable. Beyond a point, obviously, it makes you feel a bit sick in your gut. Because as I accelerate every time, I kind of start feeling nauseous because electric cars have that instant torque, pushes you back into the seat. And then after a point, you're like, oh God, I am tired of this, doing this again and again. This car is actually having a single speed transmission, no two speed, yet it does 270 kilometers per hour. Lucid is an example of how you can actually make a fantastic car without having to overcomplicate things. And Lucid is also a case study for a lot of car brands which are trying to go electric, including Mercedes, including BMW, including Audi, who have not managed to nail it the way Lucid has. And for something which is their very first car, I am super duper impressed. This is an absolute beast of sorts. What a car, what a machine. This is how an electric car should be. Performance, efficiency, ease of driving, simplicity, superb quality. Quality is like 10,000 times better than Tesla. How did they achieve this quality? In fact, there are rumors that they are selling the car at a loss. Yes, that's right. They're selling the car at a loss because traditional legacy manufacturers cannot offer you the same quality for this price, which clearly means one thing. Lucid is selling this car for a loss. Yeah, they are doing it. I don't know why they're doing it. Probably to make a name for themselves because obviously it's a top-down approach. First, they sell the Lucid Air sedan, then they obviously come up with the Lucid Gravity SUV. And once these two cars make a name for themselves and make a name for Lucid as well, that is the time to bring in smaller vehicles and go for mass market push. And there's no right-hand drive version of this car, so definitely it's not coming to India anytime soon. In fact, majority of the sales are restricted to the US only, maybe I think Canada also a bit, but US, Canada is all they intend to do right now. And for this car to reach other countries, including Europe and all, is still some time away. So yeah, this is a niche car, but this is easily the best electric car. And if you like this video, make sure to give the thumbs up, that's the like button, and also subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video real soon. I love this car. What an electric car. What a beast.